Okay, so if no one has anything they want to start with, let's just start with uh, being ourselves reality. Yeah, so being obviously is a present tense condition, yes? Being ourselves reality. Yeah, first part. Second one is on having never left. And the third one is I need do nothing. So, first one is the premise is we are reality right now, not as a thing that we're appearing seemingly as, but as the space of that thing. And all the things that appear, they appear in a space, and we are that awareness, or that is reality, so to speak. So being ourselves reality as we're appearing to be something else. Yeah. So the appearance to be something else is not the reality. It's appearing in the reality, but it's not of the reality. It's of appearance, which means it comes and goes, changes, fluctuates, goes this way, go that. Not, but as reality, that doesn't fluctuate or change or come or go, wasn't born, doesn't die. Okay, so being ourselves reality, on having never left. So the feeling that we've gone somewhere or we're going somewhere is a huge drive in almost everyone. Everyone is moved in this, like has that sail of time, and the wind of interest and attention just keeps blowing us to go get somewhere, or believing that we've left somewhere. Yeah. And this statement of on having never left just soothes that whole ulcerated, chaotic agitation. Yes, on having never left. So the first premise is being ourselves reality. The second premise is on having never left. So all your ideas that you've gone something, or you separated from the Godhead, or you've been a bad girl or a bad boy, and that's put distance and time between you and being our whatever reality is. All those times where you get exhausted of wanting to arrive somewhere, and if you seem to arrive somewhere, it always whispers the same thing on having never left, and then you realize you can't arrive at where you already are. Yeah. So being ourselves reality isn't a place we arrive at, it's a recognition we never left. Yes, this is the beauty of it. So being ourselves reality on having never left. So where that comes from was a wall in a Philadelphia yoga studio, and someone who owned that yoga studio, it's a very famous yogic thing, and she had translated it, which is gone, gone, gone to the other shore. The other shore in Buddhism is sort of like not this shore, the other shore. So gone, gone, gone. So obviously that seems to be a lot of miles. It was gone, gone, gone. So you're really gone, right? Gone, gone, gone to the other shore, which was been incredibly difficult to go so far to get to the other shore. Yeah. And then but the whacker is, and on having never left. So gone, gone, gone to the other shore. And then when you seem to arrive at the other shore, it tells you you had never left the other shore. The shore you left was the other shore. The shore you arrived at is the other shore. The shore where you thought you were and you left is the other shore. And there's nothing other than the other shore. Okay? So simple. And then the third one is beautiful, which is having these two things whack you, being ourselves reality. What? Yeah. And what do you see when that sense of being ourselves reality is entertained? You see what you're not. You see what's not reality. And you finally, that seeing, which is from reality, all awareness is of reality. But what it becomes aware of, and the claiming of the awareness that you are the one who's aware, is not the reality. That is the dreaming. Yes. The awareness is fueling everything, including the dreaming. So you and I are the dreaming of the dream. So we're the awareness of the dreaming. Yeah. We're not the dreamt. Yes, and we're not the movements and the machinations of the dreamt to arrive at the other shore upon having never left. And the idea of I want to become reality, or I was once reality and I screwed up so badly, I have been exempted from reality and I want to return to reality. Yeah, these are the drives most people somewhere or another are driven by. And then the third one is on having I need do nothing. Wow. So now, when people who take themselves to be this and they're looking for the other shore and they figure they've tried everything else, so they're going to try a real subtle little move, which is I'm going to tiptoe myself to the other shore, appearing like I'm not doing anything, but I'm doing a whole lot. Yes, no, that's not it. So the I need do nothing comes from the two previous statements, which is upon having never left. So basically, all that you did to arrive at the other shore, you needed to do nothing because you never left the other shore. You see it? So beautiful, literally. It's an answer that's not going to be blemished or stained by time, passing it on and on, because it's not of time. And it doesn't appear to be anything because it's not of time. So it's a gift that you can't see or unwrap, but it's there, ever present at all times. Pretty cool, yes? So the gift is what you are, actually. You're not getting the gift, you are the gift. Yeah? So being ourselves reality. What? Yeah. On having never left. What? So when I did all this work, and this happens all the time, in the dreaming, if something happens and you arrive at where you already are, yeah, and there's that awakeness is obvious, everyone believes there was a story that brought you to that awakeness, yeah? Now, I don't believe the story ever brought you to awakeness. I believe awakeness, when it wants to appear in time and space, it may take a story. So it may look like I stubbed my toe and I got whacked and I realized I shouldn't drink anymore. And then I tripped over a book and it was the Course in Miracles. And I stumbled into a room and it was a temple, and so on and so forth. And then I was brought to the realization. Yeah. So the realization would never have happened unless those other things that were happening. That's giving relevance to an irrelevant thing, the dreaming. Yeah, it is. And this is what the head loves to do. The head loves to be engaged in becoming something or unbecoming something. It doesn't like the isness of the truth, yes? If someone said, if you worked 50 years, let's say only 8 hours a week, and you would finally arrive at being ourselves reality, you would probably sign up for that. Yeah, 50 years, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe if I up the 8 hours a week to 32 hours, it'll cut to, yes, the mind would work like that, 15 years or something. Yeah, but it would totally sign up to it. But being ourselves reality is not interesting to the head, if you notice. It doesn't give a shit. It wants to become something or unbecome. It doesn't want to recognize the isness, because that would stop its movement and you would see its movement. Yeah. It says it's only moving to arrive somewhere where it can rest. It cannot rest. The head cannot rest. It's agitated. Its nature is agitated, but it tells us a story that it's because of us or the situation or this or that I'm not finding rest. If I get it to the right place at the right time, I'm going to rest like crazy. I'm going to really enjoy peace of mind, but it can't. It cannot. If you've ever sat down for many hours and to meditate, and as long as the head was going, you would be sitting there. Once there's that pause and there's peace of mind, you think, I left the oven on or some fucking thing. You immediately do something to come back to the seeking, to the, yeah, we don't want the destination, because the destination, we are already there. We want to drive to a destination and then add more miles as we drive, yes, and go on and on. And so the means is the end. The seeking is the end of it, because you're not going to find what you're looking for, because you are what's looking. Yeah? These are all the statements that are the backbone of non-duality. And they have a lot of oomph in them, if you can just hear them at the right time and in the right space, which is here and now. I mean, geez, how difficult is that? So you're going to hear it and hear it and hear it. It doesn't matter if you don't believe you got it. You got the mail. As a mailman, the mail is the trigger that you're already the mail. Yeah, the mail isn't the message. The message, the mail slot gets busy by a message getting through, but then something dawns on it, which is what? Being ourselves reality. The next thing, as soon as that sort of gets landed and doesn't get claimed and turned into something, it moves right into the next statement, hey, on having never left. So whatever I've done to arrive somewhere, whatever there I set up, yeah, to be a better here, when I get there, it's here. Every there that I've ever dreamed has to be better than this here. When I get that to that there, it's here. And I find the same fault in that there that I worship and work so hard to arrive at when it becomes here. There is a fucking stain in it. There's something missing in it, exactly. So the there is wonderful to disavow the moment right now because it's going to be a better moment for sure. Yeah. Once I get there, all the shit that's bothering me here is going to stop. But it immediately, when you get there, it's here. There's no there. Every there is eventually a here. There's no way. You can't, oh, I finally got there. Where? Here. Oh, wait a minute. I don't like here. Let's make another trip. Yes? I had a little example when I was younger in this little seat assignment. I was just a character, let's say, and I had an apartment, a little studio apartment, and I was reading the paper on Sunday morning, and there was this advertisement for a beautiful couch, and it was color, very, very nice. And I looked around my room, my little apartment, I didn't have a couch. And I started thinking, man, my life probably would be much better if I got a couch. And then I started to really get pissed off about people who had couches and didn't tell me how important it was to have a couch. And I just said, fucking, I'm going to get that couch. So I called up and I ordered that couch. And then I'm really excited about it. And I'm trying to share everyone. I'm going to have a couch opening party. No one's RSVPing. I mean, shit, it's furniture. But I'm super excited. And it's an excuse to bear the here because it's going to be much better than. And I'm thinking I'm going to meet a woman and have my first child conceived on that couch. The couch is going to be the center of the greatness of the there. So I'm like saving my money, and then I call them, and the day's coming. Saturday, they're going to deliver it. I'm stoked. No one shows up. I'm there. They bring it in. I had swept the whole corner, and they put it there. And I take the plastic off. I sit down. I have a momentary rush of there-ness, which was going to end quickly. And then I looked around and the rug didn't match the couch. So now I'm going to have to get a rug. So the there became a here, and now the rug became the there. You don't see this? It has nothing to do with rug or couches. It has to do with that movement, the incessant movement of a denial of what is available now with the hopes that your magical, mystical, conceptual idea of it will be available later. Yes? So we're always being driven, and we're thinking we're the driver of it. But if you want to call a desire of movement, the desire to become and unbecome is the original movement of the head. It's trying to become something that it thinks would make it better, and it's trying to unbecome something that it thinks is making it worse. And it goes, this desire just keeps on fueling more desire, more theirs, and we never get the message that it's always here. No, it doesn't. See, this is the beautiful thing, is the futility of what we're not. It's inability, and it's not personal, it's mechanical. It has a mechanical inability to get the most important thing it needs to get, which is it cannot understand what's actually going on. Yeah. when you realize why you have two people saying the same thing, but totally different emphasis. One person, a great practitioner and a meditator, and he's got the loving gaze and the hair, and he wears loose clothing and never seems to get mad, but he takes it out on his fucking pillow at night or something, some anger in there, or whatever, ready to blow. Yeah, that thing. And then he shouts out in a really frustrated, I'm never gonna get it. Yeah, super pissed. I'm never gonna get it, but it doesn't stop this movement to keep trying to get it. It doesn't. You would think it would change something, but no. And then an hour or two, he's back there doing the shit, trying to get it again. But then another person hearing this message of non-duality, when it says, I'm never going to get it, it's like a hallelujah. Because it's not that he's going to fail, it's that he can't get what it already is, you see. Yeah. So the idea of I can never get back. I had this experience in a spiritual group, in an intense atmosphere, inducing cathartic events. And I remember I had this whole thing of crying and mourning, like thousands of years of mourning. I can never get back, like I did something so bad, I can never return to the Godhead or something, yes? And I'm just going to be a lost pilgrim, but I must try, yes? And I just a huge head of pilgriming. Oh, I must, but I know I don't, but I'm going to try my best. I'll become a saint and everything, help people, everything. And then after that, I mean, it was so clear I had left and I could never get back. But then 2 days later, I realized the reason why I can never get back is I never left. It was so beautiful. But I lost a lot of votes in that group. They liked me as the pilgrim, but as someone that lost interest in all the pilgriming, it didn't go well in the community. But it dawned on me, I can never get back because I've never left, you see. The joy of getting back is not available to that which never leaves. Yeah. And the head has a lot of mental joy about returning and then leaving again and then returning, and likes to do blog posts on all of these trips. And then inevitably you do something to change the whole thing. And then you got to go back to square one and then go back and on. Yes. But on having never left takes all away. Yes. And now when your head is projecting time and space and effort and this to arrive at that mythical there, you're just rooted in here. Yeah, couch or not couch. Yeah. Yeah. And now something that never left, you have a sense that it never left. Not a sense that I want to find it as if I lost it, but a sense it's never left. So now the sense that you're feeling is aligned with a fact, not a mental idea. Yeah, I have a sense I'm disconnected or I'm not in the moment. That's all manufactured. If you look at the video of that moment you're here, but I'm so out to lunch. No, you're not. You're at lunch. Yeah, literally. If you look at where your feet are, you're right here. Oh, I'm millions of miles. No, you're not millions of miles away. You're not. You're right here in Novato, 828 Wilmac. But I have a sense I'm million. Yeah, you do have a sense. It's made up. Yeah, the sense of being an individual is not coming off the individual. There's no individual. There's a sense of individuality. So the head makes a sense of individuality, and then we, as reality, picture that sense of individuality as a body. And there you go. And even reality can only hold it for 80 or 90 years. This is so obviously not true. It gives up the ghost and we have death, yes? And basically no one who dies is experiencing their own death. People who are seemingly alive are the ones who experience your death. You know, when people try to think, oh, I want to go to my own funeral, see everyone talking, and there's nothing. No, you're not returning. It's over. You may live in someone else's head, but you're not living as your head anymore. So here, being ourselves reality from the godfather of non-duality, Ramana Maharshi, frames it as the greatest mystery. What's the greatest mystery? The greatest mystery, being ourselves reality, is reality wanting to attain reality. Yeah. The day that you're at satsang and that kicks in or triggers, yeah, that moment is the internal moment. When that moment triggers, that being ourselves reality, yeah, the greatest mystery is reality, aka Paul wanting to attain reality. Yeah. You can want to attain something, but if you already are that something, you're never going to attain it. And if the desire to attain it is stronger than the reality of what you are, you're going to spend millions of moments trying to attain what you already have or are. Yeah. And this is the futility of non-duality. And this is what induces a hallelujah. So the hallelujah is being ourselves reality, on having never left, and I need do nothing.